بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن سار على دربه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم إني أسألك الثبات في الأمر والعزيمة على الرشد، وأسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك، وأسألك شكر نعمتك وحسن عبادتك، وأسألك قلبا سليما ولسانا صادقا، وأسألك من خير ما تعلم وأعوذ بك من شر ما تعلم، وأستغفرك لما تعلم إنك أنت علام الغيوب. اللهم آمين. أيها الجالية الكريمة، نحن سعيدون إن شاء الله في اللجنة الإدارية لمسجد عمر WBMA بوجودكم معنا اليوم. هذا اللقاء إن شاء الله إجا متأخر شوي صراحة. هذا اللقاءات هذول لازم يكون 3 مرات أو 4 مرات في السنة، بس ولكن تأخرنا عليه شوي. إن شاء الله اللقاء الثاني راح يكون أخرى 3 أشهر أو 4 أشهر، راح يكون عندنا هذول اللقاءات إن شاء الله 3 مرات على السنة، يعني هذا أقل شيء إن شاء الله، من أجل أن نصل للهدف أن يكون التواصل بيننا دائما قائم. ففي هذا اللقاء إن شاء الله راح نتطرق لأمور كثيرة. طبعا الشغل ما بخلص وإحنا كلنا بنشتغل مع بعض، بس ولكن لابد أنكم أنتم تعرفوا شو اللي بيصير في هذه الجالية وشو اللي بيصير خلف الكواليس، عشان تعرفوا شو الشغل اللي بنشغل نمبر 1. وبرضو بدنا إياكم تشاركونا في آرائكم، في انتقاداتكم البناءة، أنكم تنصحونا، أنكم تشتغلوا معنا، أنكم تساعدونا بأي طريقة تقدروا تساعدونا فيها. فهذا اللقاء إن شاء الله راح يكون متكرر، ونرجو منكم إن شاء الله أنكم أنتم دائما تحثوا للقاءات هذا وتطلبوا منا اللقاءات هذه على أساس أن نمشي قدما إن شاء الله مع بعض. أولا أيها الإخوة، الشغل اللي نشغل أو الشغل اللي بنشغل في المسجد هذا مش شغل شخص ولا أشخاص ولا لجنة ولا المقيمين على المسجد. هذا الشغل كله بنشغل من كوميونيتي، جالية كاملة، ولولا الجالية هذه ما سوينا إشي ولا بنقدر نسوي إشي. فإحنا من المسج أو الرسالة اللي بنوصل لكم إياها إن شاء الله، أن حتى ولو إحنا بنعرض في هذه الأمور ومن كل شيء مسوينا وما سوينا كل هذا الكلام جميل، بس ولكن فعليا اللي سواه مش إحنا، البورد اللي سوت الجالية. وصار نقاش إن هل نذكر أسماء أو ما نذكر أسماء اللي ساعدوا. لكينا سبحان الله يعني الحمد لله رب العالمين إنها الليست طويل كثير، وخفنا إن نقعد نسمي في أسماء اللي ساعدوا في هذه الأمور اللي صارت وننسى حدا. فقررنا كالتالي، إن أول شيء نوضح الموضوع إن هذا العمل كله صار جهد جماعي collectively between the جالية. ورايحين إن شاء الله في الأسابيع اللي قادمة إن نسوي عشاء للي بكوا very involved وvolunteers في العمل اللي صار. فإذا مركنا على موضوع وكلياتهم شو اللي صار وشو اللي سويناه كبورد، اعرفوا إنه مش البورد اللي سواه، صراحة بمساعدة كبيرة جدا من أعضاء الجالية. I will be talking in English inshallah more than Arabic, so I hope if anybody has a problem just to raise their hand as I talk, and I can repeat it in Arabic, because it's going to be time consuming to say everything in Arabic and then translate it to English. So inshallah I will be talking more in English than Arabic. However, if there's something that needs to be said in Arabic, I will say إن شاء الله رب العالمين. أولا إذا بترفعوا أيديكم اللي مسجل في عضوية المسجد، اللي موجود هان مسجل في عضوية المسجد. لا، اللي مسجل من السنة اللي مركت، اللي سجل السنة اللي مركت. فتقريبا أقل من 50% من اللي موجودين، طبعا أقل من 50%. شوف لنا بس قديش في واحد عشان يبقى عندنا فكرة موجودين. بالنسبة للتسجيل، طبعا التسجيل مهم، لأن مش بس اللي بيصير اللي جنرال اسمبلي بيسووا اللي هم بينتخبوا الأعضاء، في تغييرات على الدستور جاية، في قرارات راح تتخذ راح انفولف الجنرال اسمبلي، فالتسجيل مهم جدا جدا. فمسجل ولا مش مسجل؟ أنا بجوز قبل يومين غلطت قلت إذا مسجل مش ضروري يسجل بس، ولكن الجميع مسجل ولا مش مسجل لازم يجدد العضوية. العضوية هذه إن شاء الله لسنة، فمن نحاول نجيبها على الكالندر يير. هي قبل كانت من فبراير لفبراير، والتسجيل الأخير كان في سبتمبر، فسبتمبر تو سبتمبر. هلا التسجيل راح يكون من أول السنة، يعني آخر شهر 12 بيظل السنة الجاي. فبنرجو من الجميع أن يسجل. في عندنا فورمز اوتسايد، في عندنا الكيو ار كود، او بيجي عندنا احنا بناخذ الاسم بناخذ الدفعيه، واذا معش يعني الدفعيه هالكيف بدفعها بعدين بس. ولكن بنحث الجميع، جميع اللي موجودين راح نبعث برضه مسجات على الجروب على اساس التسجيل، لان التسجيل هذا مهم جدا. في خلال السنه اللي جايه راح يكون تغييرات على الدستور، فالتغييرات على الدستور هذه راح تكون تغييرات جذريه. The changes that we are gonna do to the constitution and the bylaws is going to be major. It's not going to be an amendment here or there. So in order for you to be involved, you need to be registered. And this is the time to register. You register once a year. With the new constitution, the new bylaw, if that changes, you're still registered. It might change with different criteria, but in order to be able to vote on this constitution, inshallah, we need you to register. So we have the QR code, we have the forms we will be sending out. It's $50 per
person or family.
Per person or family. So it's $50, inshallah. Students can do it for $25. I will try to be as quick as possible, but the question and answer discussion is the most important of this meeting. We want to hear from you. We want to answer your questions. We want to get your feedback. So it's the most important. So I will go through these list that we prepared. However, if you have a question, please write it down and keep it in your mind. We're going to open the session. We don't want to get interruptions because we want to get the full picture out there. And then inshallah, we'll open the floor, questions, and we'll try to answer them, and we get feedback, and we get, inshallah, we're going to hear from everyone that's here. We're here to stay all night. We have no problem with that. But for the first part, inshallah, we're going to try to go through this presentation as quickly as we can. So inshallah, نبدأ. هلا achievements, I don't like this word really. Achievements that mean it's done. Most of what we're going to share with you now is not even, it's the beginning. We started it. It needs to be continued. It needs to be done. So we looked for another word to use. We could not use a better word. But these things, keep in mind that a lot of them we've started, we are working on, and inshallah is going to be part of the future plan. So we'll start with the biggest initiative that we started, that we did. And this, actually is the second thing, I'm sorry. The first thing we did when we were elected is the board before us, Jazahumullahu khairan, they had passed an amendment to the constitution to form the board of trustees. This board of trustees, the amendment was added to the bylaws. I'm going to be as transparent with you as we can. راح أكون في غاية الشفافية. You have to keep in mind, there are no secrets to be kept. Meetings that are held with the board of directors, we have minutes, we take notes. Any of you at any time can come up to us and tell us the meeting on such and such date. I want to see the notes, I want to see the minutes, and you can read it, you can obtain it. So whatever we're going to tell you, راح تكون في we're going to be as transparent as we can with you. We're going to tell you exactly what happened. So whether we did it right, we did it wrong, this is what happened. So the amendment was passed with the previous board. There were 23 nominees for the board of trustees to be selected. The first meeting that we had after we took office, was to select 15 out of the 23. 7 of the 15 were automatically put in, which are the 7 of the previous board. And again, this is in the amendment that was made to the Constitution a few months before September. So this was mid-2023. When we selected the other 8, so 7 were already in, we selected another 8, and I think the names are up there.
Yeah.
So basically, Dr. Mahmoud al-Sarmini, Al-Am Abu Maher, Nabil Abu Khadr, Karim Taha, Jamal Ismail,
Abdullah Amina.
لا
Oh, you're
هذول البورد القديم. موسى حامد البورد القديم.
كريم.
إجداد كريم طه كلنا. إجداد اللي هو عبد الله عوينات، عبد الناصر حماد، أشرف عوض الله، حافظ عبد الجبار، إياد حامد، مأمون جودة، محمد عياد، وطارق إبراهيم. So we have 8 new, 7 were already existing. So we have a board of trustees that are in place now per the Constitution, per the previous Constitution. So this was the first thing we did when we took office. The next project that we worked on immediately was to find the best use of the land on Lapalco and how our community needs it, because we need extra space, additional space for the masjid, for the programs for the masjid, and the school was in dire need. So we formed a planning committee. It was 9 people that worked to put a master plan how to best use the land. And they came up with a plan in January before Ramadan. We discussed it with him as board of directors, and we came up with a final plan that can best serve our community at that time. The plan was to build a building that can house the Muslim Academy for at least 3 to 4 years until they find additional space, and also around it put playgrounds that can house the kids that are here that come to the parking lot of the masjid. When we put this plan and we showed it to you in Ramadan and did the fundraising, a few months later we had an opportunity to acquire the Manhattan gym. At that point we had to make modifications to the plan. Not great modifications, but yet we had to go back and do some changes, because now it's not going to be used for Muslim Academy. The plan is for the gym to be used for Muslim Academy. So we made some changes to the plan. Are we going to show some plans?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have a pointer, but so on that side is the Quds Hall over there. That's the Quds Hall. This is Lapalco. There's an entrance on Lapalco that goes around, and there's 2 buildings. The masjid is at the top, 2 buildings. The building on the bottom is the gym, which will be done on a 3rd phase. And the building that's closer to the masjid is a 2-story building that will have classrooms. It'll have 24 total classrooms. These classrooms are to be used for the masjid programs. They are no longer to be used for the Muslim Academy, because the gym is going to be used for Muslim Academy. The major changes that we made is to the size of the classroom and the layout of the school of that building, because the school would use it differently. This entire project, inshallah, will be done on 3 phases. Phase number 1 is we need to get the pavement, the slabs, and the building, and we can only do the 1st floor at this time of the building to have 12 classrooms for the masjid to use. The 2nd phase will be to do the multi-purpose building. You can call it a gym, you can call it a multi-purpose room, you can call it a community center. This will be the 2nd phase. And the 3rd phase is to get the 2nd floor of the building ready. Now we are going to build the building 2-story. We're going to keep the 2nd floor a shell space and then the third phase will furnish that second floor. What is the timeline for this? We are trying our best to at least have the pavement ready for Ramadan, because we need it for the activities of the masjid altogether and specifically for the kids. How realistic is this? We don't know, but we're expecting to have the permit by the end of this year. The first week of January, we might have the permit. We'll have a month and a half to do the pavement work, concrete work. Will we have it before Ramadan, inshallah? If not, maybe in Ramadan, we will have it, but it's very essential that we do have it. When do we need the building? We need it by August. Will we have it by August? Again, على التسهيل إن شاء الله الله سبحانه وتعالى ييسر الأمور بس ولكن we are trying our best. And the reason I say this, why do we need it for August, is because, and we'll talk about this, if the gym is to be used by Muslim Academy in August for the new year, then the programs in the gym right now for the masjid will have to be moved here. And as I go and talk about the gym, maybe that picture will be complete.
I'm going to give you a pointer. Right?
So the gym is 14,800 square feet.
You want this one?
المراضي بس شايفين ولا no? Okay, so this is the entrance from Lapalco. Then you turn, this is the Quds Hall. The gym is here, 14,800 square feet. The building is 24,000 square feet, 2 stories, so 12,000 each story. This is a soccer field that can be, you know, we're gonna do it, but if in the future we use that land for other buildings, then it can be easily, inshallah, moved or removed. In this area, we will use a lot of the volleyball and tennis and racquetball and pickleball court here. The masjid is here. We'll have an access from the masjid to the project.
And I think we were the sand ones in that.
Huh? So yeah, how far we got? We put in over 1,000 trucks of fill. We still have a few to go, maybe a few hundred. So inshallah, by the time we get the permit and we start, the area that we work on will be ready, inshallah. Okay, so the biggest project that's dear to our hearts really is the Knowledge Institute that we started. This is very, very important. And we talked about, do we go into details about these programs? It's going to be very hard in this setting to do this. So in the next few weeks, inshallah, we'll put videos for each program and what it does and what are we doing with it to kind of further explain to the community what those programs are about. But when we launched it in September, this is the goal that we were trying to achieve, is to put together a knowledge, educational, sports program that can serve our community, young, old, male, female, especially our kids, and we want it to be a complete program. And this was one of our goals when we were looking for an imam. So when we were interviewing imams, this was our vision, and this is what we needed someone to work hardest at. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, we were blessed to have Sheikh Yasin, and we will talk about it a little bit more further down in the presentation, but we want you to know that this is our cornerstone for this community. We have, alhamdulillah, the facilities, we have the buildings, we have the amenities in the community, especially with the addition of Manhattan Gym. Now, this is what we have been concentrating on. This is what we want to concentrate on at least for the next 5 years. This is what we want to make stronger at least for the next 5 years. These programs vary, and like I said, covers all ages, and male and female for our community. The most important is the Iqra program. MashaAllah, when we first started in September, we said we might have, 100 students, 120 students. The first week, we had 250 students. MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar. And then they started to increase. Now we have 275 students. In day one, we knew this building is not going to be enough. And subhanAllah, it was a coincidence that on that week, when we planned to start the school, the Iqra program, September 22nd, we signed the closing of the Manhattan Gym on September 17th. We had 5 days, and we got the job done, alhamdulillah, in 3 or 4 days with the help of a lot of brothers. A lot of brothers were involved in this, whether it was by buying the gym, acquiring the gym, or doing the classrooms. So September 22nd was the first day of school. We had 250 students. Now we have 275. We cannot take no more. So we have a few, maybe 15, 20, 25 on the waiting list. But inshallah, the semester that's coming, that starts in January, we're looking to add maybe another 20 or 30, depending on how many we can accommodate. And like I said, I cannot go into details of what the actual program provides and the curriculum and all of this, because this is time consuming. We want to give each program the full picture, and we're going to send it out to the community, inshallah, for them to see it. The next program is the MYU. MYU is for ages 14 to 17, separated boys and girls, 2 separate programs under one umbrella. We have right now 22 boys and 13 females. And again, they do a lot of the activities, and it's a program that gets them ready, inshallah, to go into college. And there's plenty of details in that program that we will share with you. Shabab Masjid Umar is probably the biggest of them all, because we have 250 people involved in it in one way or another. But it's worth noting here that even though we have 250 ages 18 to 35, Shabab Jam'at Chillam yani, we have 250 signed up on the groups that we can reach. The big problem that we're trying to figure out now is only maybe 25% of those are being involved in activities. So we have 250, maybe 60 to 80 are involved in the activities. So we need to kind of see what can we do to attract them more and more. And as a matter of fact, we have 2 things going on for them. One that's going on tonight, which it'll be outside. They have a barbecue, inshallah, maybe 50 or 60 of them will be out there. As you walk out, you'll probably see them. And another thing that we have that we're gonna do for them is they're going on a Umrah on January 4th, and there's going to be 40 of them going, 40 plus. So this program is probably the strongest that we really have to work on to attract them more and more to the masjid, inshallah. The Sacred Knowledge program is a series of seminars that provides the community durus ilm wa durus sharia, and it's open for the community. Obviously, I didn't mention, but the Iqra program has a tuition, $220 for 3 months. MYU has a tuition. How much is it, Abu Lulay? MYU.
It's 250, but
250 for 3 months. Semester. Shabab Masjid Umar is no fee, right? No fee. Sacred Knowledge is no fee, but it's open to the community. And also there's a lot of different topics that are covered. Reverts program is no fee. There's 25 people that are currently involved in it, and they do similar. And we have a few brothers, Jazakumullah khair, on the committee to serve. There's no fee for that one. Tajweed, we have about 80 people involved in the Tajweed class. There is a fee of $70 or $100 per $100. The one thing that really kind of attracts everybody's attention in this is, out of the 80 people that are involved in this, 75 are women of the Tajweed class. Why is that? So there is a lot of work that needs to be put in these programs. This is just the start, so we need to figure out why is that. The Maqra'a, mashallah, Maqra'a is it's 3 parts and it's open for the entire community, the adults, not the young ages. And mashallah, it has 51 females, 41 females, 41 males, and it's $100 for the Maqra'a for 6 months, $100 for 6 months. Yes. So Abu Qaqa will go over the numbers exactly, because we have a bank account that's specifically for the program. So there is fees for these programs in order to provide more, inshallah. Again, I want to reiterate, this is our goal for the next few years. We're going to concentrate on this. We're doing this project because of these programs. We want to have the facility to house these programs. Had we not had the gym and we are doing all of this in this masjid, it's not doable. We have 300 students for Iqra. There's no way that we can fit this many students in here. We have obviously the other programs are here, but the timing will not be possible if we did not have the gym. Once the gym is used by Muslim Academy, if they decide to use it in August, then we need another facility, and this is going to be the facility, inshallah, to be used. Manhattan Gym acquisition, obviously, all of you know about this. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This was Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This was a steal when we got it by the help of a lot of our community members. They helped us a lot to get to this deal. At the end, it's a 44,000 square feet building. So if you were to build this building at a contractor's price and you get a employee discount and you throw all the discounts in there, you can't do it for $100. You cannot do it for $100. Let's say you will do it for $100. It's $4.4 million. It'll cost you to do it. So alhamdulillah, we got it for 1.2, and then we found some issues with the underground plumbing, so they took off another 65,000. So we got it for 1.135. We ended up paying less than that because of the taxes, but we might have to pay the taxes at the end of the year. So the actual number that we paid was not 1.135. It was a different number, I think Abu Qaqa will see. But at the end of the year, we might have to pay that taxes because of it was paid by the previous seller or the seller. So like I said, day one, we started the construction, not construction, it's not really construction. We just did 2x4s with panels, cost us maybe $5,000, $6,000. We made 7 classrooms. We used 3 existing classrooms there, so we have a total of 10 classrooms, right? So we're using those classrooms now for Iqra. We were able to do that in a few days. Alhamdulillah, Iqra is there 4 days of the week. 4 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, they're there. Also, the gym is being used for other programs. MYU uses it. The Shabab uses it. So the gym is being utilized, not fully, but it's being utilized to an extent. And based on this usage, we have put a plan that we will share with you tonight, inshallah, and we want to get your feedback on. We did change one of the AC units, cost $25,000. So we shared with you the plan, and the open date is to be determined. Right now, we're working on it. So we're doing some minor cosmetic renovations to make sure it's fully operable. We don't know when that's going to be ready. We're hopeful it's going to be sometime in mid-January, where we can have it available for the public, for not the public, but the community. And we will share with you that date, inshallah, as soon as we have it firm. We were planning really to announce today that it's going to be January 1st. But, things with the ice situation and the lack of workers got in the way, so we're not able to do it January 1st. However, it won't be too long after that. And
Gym operations.
yeah, the gym, you have it up?
Yeah.
So the gym operation, it's in details. What we have found is we need the entire community to use it. So this is what we decided to do. Monday through Friday, it'll be open from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. men only. And then 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. women only. And then 4 to 8, it'll be used for various programs. Iqra is the main one, and then we might be using it for NYU, so it'll be close to the community members. But Muslim Academy also can use it during that time. But if every day from Monday to Friday, 4 to 8, it'll be closed. So if you were to have a membership there, you have, as a male, you have from 6 to 9, and then 8 to 12. That middle part of the day goes to the ladies, and the second part goes to programs. On Saturday and Sunday, Iqra will be using it, Iqra and other programs will be using it from the morning until 2 o'clock. So it won't be available for the community. And then 2 to 6, we'll have available for the ladies, and then 6 or 7 to 12, it'll be available for the brothers. We are on Saturday and Sunday trying to add something that can maybe be beneficial to the community, which is to have a lifeguard there where the sisters or the brothers can bring their kids and have them swim with safety, inshallah. So this is something that we want to do on the weekends. On the weekdays, there is no lifeguard. You're on your own. The age that can attend the gym will be 14 or older.
You can skim through those.
Yeah, obviously, all of the operation, the concession stand in the front on the first floor, inshallah, will be used by community members to serve the gym and to serve the community. Membership. So we'll talk about membership.
Policies and staff.
Staffing. We have a requirement of having 2 employees at any given time with a manager. So we are trying to see if someone is going to manage it with having paid employees.
Then there's financial staff.
Okay, and next. So the membership, this is we came up with for the community. It's a symbolic thing. This will not cover the expenses of the gym. But if you sign a month to make it 100% clear, we're talking about from now or from the time it opens until July. Now, if the Muslim Academy Board comes up to us and say in March or April or May, we're going to start school there, we need to start the construction. I don't know how likely it is for them to be able to do that. That means the membership will stop in July, and then we'll redo how we can use it. We're going to maximize the use of it no matter what. The community is going to use the gym, but Muslim, and this, I want to be very clear with this, because the school board at times get mad at us. The Muslim Academy has the priority to use the gym. Muslim Academy لهم الحق انهم يستعملوا الجيم هذا لان هذا هم البريورتي. Just to make it 100% clear. So month to month, if you sign a month to month, is $50 per person. Husband and wife $80. Additional kids $20. Students $40. For the daycares $20. If you sign a 7-month contract, you get a discount. And then you sign a contract and you pay it in full. You get an extra discount. These are symbolic fees that we charge. This is nowhere near what the gym expenses are. Abu Qaqa will share with you the energy bill is itself $3,000 or $4,000. So these are just to cover some of the expenses, and if they cover a portion of it, inshallah, at the end of the day, these are facilities that we look to serve the community, inshallah. Al-Quds Hall, now we can kind of cruise fast so we can open for question and answers. Quds Hall, you see the renovations that were done. They were done by the previous board. They did a fantastic job. We came and completed them. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The Quds Hall is a very good building that's being used by our community. They did a lot of detailed upgrades. The one thing that we added is we put together a policy for the rental, a legal policy for the renter, to make sure that يعني it's done correctly.
We did some construction on that.
Construction with the
Storage.
yeah, we have 2 apartments that's really outside. But into you see the community sees what the Quds Hall is at now. We'll talk about doing some more work, but we did a lot of construction. I'm giving the previous board all the credit. Okay, at the masjid, as you've seen, we had some nice Ramadan activities, kiosks. We did the fence, some landscaping. We hired MRI to take care of the lawn, so it's an in-house that does it. It helps them and it helps us. Obviously, we hired 2 imams at the masjid. One of the imams, unfortunately, the immigration papers did not go through. They sent us a rejection, so he could not stay with us. However, inshallah, alhamdulillah, Sheikh Yassin is our main imam, and we are actively looking for a second imam / youth director / assistant imam to make sure that whatever we need for the masjid and the programs are covered by both imams, inshallah. But we'll talk about this in a little bit.
The cemetery.
By the way, when we did the interviews for the imams, we received over 25 applications, and we did maybe 10 or 11 interviews, and we hosted here 6 imams. So it wasn't an easy process for us. At the end, we hired 2 imams, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, but it wasn't an easy process. It was a lengthy process. We had to go through a lot of interviews to get to them, and then we are going through similar. Right now, we've already interviewed 1 to bring in, but inshallah, we'll keep it posted here. Cemetery, I think the cemetery is the work that we got achieved there is the best, which is to partnership with the funeral home. Abu Muhammad can tell you how blessed we are to be able to go and get the body through this funeral home to our funeral home and do what we need to do here, and not go to the funeral homes that we used to go to. Not only the cost, probably the cost is the last. Cleanliness, the tahara, ease, time, it's so rapid to do, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So we are truly blessed that we got the opportunity to do that. We also hired a landscaping guy that's from the community. We used to do the engraving on the stones by a Christian cemetery. We got an Arabic guy to do it now from Salwad. He came from the Balad recently, so he does it now. This is a blessing as well. We just recently, if you saw, we just recently purchased the concrete caskets. We got them for a really good deal. We used to pay, I think, $800, $900. Now we got it $500 delivered. And with this move, we are making the concrete caskets mandatory to be used for every time. And we reduced the cost. It's probably a few $100s more, but it's mandatory to be used now. So it's not an optional to be used now. There are multiple ways to use it. We can put it and then الجثة بتروح دغري جواها without a casket, or the casket can go inside of it. This is up to the deceased family, but the concrete casket itself is mandatory to be used. And the last thing we did is we redid the plot, and I think we have a picture. So the spacing between the old graves, just zoom in that area. So the way the old graves were put were too much space between them, so it wasn't really going by the plot. So we closed off that area. And if you notice, we opened a new area with this new plot with exact sizes, and we're going by the plot because the way it was done, it wasn't really measured correctly. So now we're gonna go by a certain way in order to maximize the use of the land.
And the walkways.
So the walkways we'll talk about in the plan, inshallah. A few things that we did: we launched the website with a new logo. This is the new logo, and we obviously advocated for the Muslim Academy board election. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, it's very important for us. You know, Muslim Academy is an entity under WBMA, so it's in our extreme interest for that school, inshallah, to be a successful school. So we worked on having a good board. Alhamdulillah, there's an excellent board that's in place now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ya'tihim as-sahha wal-afiyah, inshallah. And it wasn't an easy process. It was a lot of convincing that we had to kind of, talk to people and make sure that they're up for the challenge, inshallah. We did the Udhiyah and Qurbani program. This is the first time it's done by this masjid, where we collected it and we got it done without any fees, and the volunteers were able to distribute it in certain areas that we chose. We had the community-wide Eid festival that hasn't been done for 20 years. We plan to do it again, inshallah. This was a very nice gathering. And we had our first open house, community open house, in over 10 years. With the help of Shura. The Shura Council is the one that's in charge of all 9 masajid. We were able to do these two things. The Eid festival, we worked with them, and also the community open house, and also we're working with them to have a representative for Shura to be, inshallah, representing all masajid. Active civic engagement. We've met here with local candidates. We encourage people to vote. After the candidate was elected, Tim Kerner Jr., we met with him a few times. He was able to help us. He's very helpful. He wants to help, so it was a great, alhamdulillah, investment. And also we worked with PYM to carry on the peaceful advocacy efforts for local, national, and global issues, and this is obviously ongoing. The last thing that I think we did was, we have, and I don't think this is on the slides, but we have put together a committee to work on the Constitution, and we met for many hours. Amjad, Abu Layth Bak Ali, Abu Ibrahim, with Dr. Starmini. We've met for many, many hours. I would say maybe over 30 or 40 hours. And we just kept going back and forth. We could not get to a conclusion of what direction we want to go into the constitutional bylaws. But inshallah, we're going to start the work now. We saw that there are other important work that we need to accomplish before we continue. So it's stalled now, but we're going to start working on it, inshallah. And I think the eye-catching thing is last Ramadan, the fundraising exceeded $2.7 million. 2 million of that 2.7, inshallah, mashallah, was for local projects. It was for the Jami' operation, for the land, for the school, for Amana. All of these are local interests, inshallah. So this was eye-catching, alhamdulillah. We are blessed to have that. Now, goals, this is what we have kind of tried to do in the previous year. What are we looking to do in the next year? And this will be quick because, like I said, everything that we started, we're just working on. So the one thing that we didn't do is the biggest thing, which is we want to start a program, and it's a leadership program for our community members, the young brains, brothers and sisters, to benefit this community. How do we do it? We will sponsor and we will approach people to sponsor, to see how they can help the community. Our community is in dire need on many fronts. We need help with youth. We need help with education. We need help with imama. We need help with a lot of various things in the community. Counseling. We need help with counseling. So a lot of things that our community needs that's not being serviced by the community members. So this is an initiative that we want to put together. We want to find a group of people, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sponsoring them financially and, ma'nawiyan, to send them off to their, specific schools that they can gain knowledge to come back and help the community. So this is a very important initiative. Again, it goes back to what we're trying to do is we're trying to invest in the community members. We're trying to invest in ourselves. We're trying to invest in our youth, in our kids. So this is an initiative that we're going to start, and we're going to start working on it very, very soon. and assess what the needs are, and then نعرضها على الجالية إن who is willing to come forward. And even if nobody comes forward, we want to approach people. So we want to go to them and tell them, here's what we have to offer. We see you fit in this category. We want to help you. So this is a very important initiative that we're going to work on, inshallah. We have, I mentioned this, we have the Umrah for the Shabab is going to be in January. We are working to do a Hajj package sponsored by the masjid. It's not likely that it's going to be done because of the difficulty of going through the process. We have not gotten a word of any confirmation, but we are working on to do that. Hopefully we can. We're going to obviously keep working on the project here, keep working in the gym to make sure it's completed, inshallah. Masjid Umar, we have some exciting changes coming. We have very soon, inshallah, we will change the carpet, we will paint, we will change the bathrooms, we'll do some renovations. We're going to install a canopy outside, inshallah, that has been donated by a brother from the community. We talked a little bit about imam recruitment. We are currently holding interviews. We've looked at a few resumes. We've had one interview, assistant imam slash youth director is what we're looking for. Whether we can find it or not, we don't know, but we're going to get as close as we can to it. But it's very important. We're working on it to hire this new imam, inshallah, as soon as possible. So this is something that we're also working on quickly. We're going to start working on enhancing the activities for Ramadan and put together some nice activities. Quds Hall, we're going to do the interest. We're going to install a divider on the Quds Hall, inshallah. We're going to add a covered area on the side for additional space. We're going to put together a marketing plan, and also we're going to do include it in the website. Cemetery, I think we have some nice pictures. So we're going to do some upgrades to the cemetery. We're going to build a chain wall and a fence, paved parking, additional parking in phase 2. So we're going to have more cars in the second phase. We're going to redo the landscaping. We're going to do something around the graves where each grave is identified in its space. And we're going to have a small covered area to put the machines in. Once we get to that point, inshallah, we'll show you the full plan. We don't have a plan yet. These are just renderings. Da'wah and outreach, obviously we need to strengthen this program. Even though we had an open house, we need to do it at least once a month. So we're trying to do this open house more. So we're going to put together a committee, inshallah, to work on this and enhance it. We are going to enhance the website. I don't know if you have a picture of the new website?
Yeah.
This is it. So we're going to change the website, make it more user-friendly. The previous one wasn't as user-friendly as possible. Now, challenges that we had that we probably need your most help in. You've been waiting on it. The kids. So, the kids really, I've had many conversations with a lot of brothers here, and some are very, very opposed, some are very, very pro, and some are in the middle. But we cannot negate the fact that lately, and I'm not saying lately a month or two, lately maybe the last year or year and a half, the situation of the kids, maybe the وضع الأولاد عندنا هنا لا يليق صراحة إن يكون في بارك أو إن يكون في منطقة عامة let alone إن يكون لائق في مسجد. I don't think any two people here will disagree on this. Now, how do we tackle it? We have a lot of opinions. So we're going to tell you what we're doing so that you'll know and help us out and maybe give us some feedback. What we're trying to do is we're trying to hire a person, which is the same person that will be a youth director or assistant imam or both together, that will put together the program for us and for the kids to be implemented. Okay? What are the details of that program? We don't know. But we cannot go back to the situation that we were in. The situation was out of control. Our neighbors got tired of us. The police got tired of us. We got tired of us. So it's very important that the kids come to the masjid. Very important. And I think there are very, very few people that don't want to see the kids at the masjid. But I don't think any of us want to see the kids come to the masjid the way they were here a few weeks ago. It wasn't, most people think it was because of the phone call that was made that we told them don't come. This was in the discussion for the last 3 or 4 months, since July. So it wasn't a decision that was made that day or that week. We've been talking about this for a very long time, since maybe before July, before the big problem happened. So it was very carefully taken that kids cannot come to the masjid for now. We want to put together a program that can control the kids and that can maybe be beneficial, not maybe, for sure be beneficial to the kids, let alone be إن يضرهم. يعني الأولاد اللي بيجوا في آخر فترة الولد المليح صار يتعلم شغلات غريبة عجيبة. We want you to know هذا الموضوع مهم جدا جدا جدا. ولا واحد في البورد بدش الأولاد يجوا على الجامعة، ولا واحد في الجالية بدش الأولاد يجوا على الجامعة. بس طريقة جيتهم على الجامع
في 2 3
انت بدكش او الحكم بدش. في الجيتهم على الجامع لازم تكون منظمة، جيتهم على الجامع لازم تكون نافعة لهم، لازم تكون نافعة لأهاليهم. وصراحة الأزود إشي اللي هو يعني بيضايقنا في هذا الموضوع إن الأهالي مش متساعدين معنا من مرة. يعني they are not trying to help in any way to control these kids. Many times there are 100, 150 kids there. How many parents? 0. I think إذا في zero. فحتى لو موجودين بكم موجودين هانوا الأولاد هناك. احنا الاهالي، ما احنا الاهالي وانو الاهالي، ما احنا فاحنا بدنا نساعد ان نحط البرنامج الصحيح للاولاد. اوكي، ففي قبل رمضان ان شاء الله احنا حطينا على حالنا تايم لاين ان قبل رمضان لازم الاولاد يرجعوا على الجامعه. Is it doable? I think it's very doable. الله سبحانه وتعالى ييسر ان اذا if we're able to hire the right person, then we'll put the right program. If we are not, we'll have to look at alternatives. But inshallah, the goal is قبل Ramadan for the kids come to the masjid. We will open the floor for recommendations and questions. I just have 2 more points and then I'll be out of your... So,
I think for the kids, whatever way you choose, you should concentrate on security and cameras. Cameras over probably
نعم نعم إن شاء الله.
show clear if any one of them made mistake.
نعم إن شاء الله. التشالنج الثاني أيها الإخوة احنا
balancing facilities والثالثة
So balancing facility usage إن شاء الله هذه مقدور عليها شو الناس كانت تغبرت. The other thing is administrative and volunteer shortages. صراحة الإشي اللي مستغربين شوية يعني قد ما كنت أنا إن اللي ساعدوا كثر إن شاء الله كثار في الجالية وهذول المشاريع ما كان من إلا بمساعدة أعضاء الجالية. Without them I don't think we would have been able to achieve any of this. بس this group الشباب المسجد اللي هم ما شاء الله على جروب 185 واحد ومن ناحية الأخوات 70 واحد 70 وحدة 250 شخص. We are not taking advantage of this manpower for the masjid. So this is the big challenge that we see that we need to take advantage of. There are a few that help, but for some reason when we need the help, the majority don't. This is something that we're going to work on, that we need your help on to get these شباب المسجد إن شاء الله involved. جزاكم الله خيرا. أنا حكيت كثير متأسف بس ولكن أنا I don't know should we open the floor for questions and discussion before the financial report or should we do the financial report?
Financial report.
Financial. طيب financial report.
The fun part.
تفضل شيخنا. نعم هذا الكيت ان شاء الله بناخذه بس صراحه انا نسيت نقطه ما قلتهاش.
ايش
الميديation committee. How come we don't have the mediation committee? There's one thing that we forgot to put on the group and it's very very important. We put forth قبل 3 أشهر تقريبا للboard of trustees a proposal to put together an official mediation committee, لجنة إصلاح للجالية. It was a proposal that we gave the board of trustees because the board of trustees are the ones that are supposed to be in charge of this. So we gave them a proposal. We have a copy of the proposal. I don't think you can put it up now, but we are, welcome. Any of you is welcome to look at it and see it. So we are waiting on the board of trustees, inshallah, to get together, meet, and pick this mediation committee. The goal of this mediation committee is to represent the masjid of any problem that the masjid is approached with, any khilaf. The imam has his role if there's a husband and wife that need help. This is different. The mediation committee this is probably counseling or advice they're seeking. But if there's a problem where it needs to be solved, the business transaction or a divorce problem or a civil problem, this mediation committee is the one that will take it on, and it'll be officially by the masjid. Right now we don't have any of that, and I don't think we ever had. We do have الأخ نبيل وأبو ماهر وكريم that are very involved in this, but it's not official. So this is one thing I don't know why we don't have on the report, but we did give it to them, mashallah. So this is it. I don't think they can go through it, but
no, we don't need to. بس يعني we're working on.
The board of trustees when is going to have meeting.
I think you have to put it together and you guys decide. But I think it should be done soon.
Did they set a group?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there is.
Can you please work on that?
Inshallah. Inshallah.
على الفاينانس.
Inshallah. طيب, financial report, inshallah, we'll be here for the question. For the next question, I forgot to mention this. We need to pick the name for the project, the adjacent to the masjid, the complex. So we're going to give the community members the chance to submit to us some names that can maybe fit our community for the next few weeks. We're going to put all these names together, come up with a name. Also for the Manhattan gym, we want to give the community the opportunity to give us suggestions, and then inshallah we'll pick from that list and give it to Manhattan gym.
How do we do that?
So we on the link.
Right now, too.
Or if you just text it to any of us.
Or tell us now.
Man.
You can text it.
Question please.
Are you planning to build a playground for kids, regardless if it's here or elsewhere?
افتح لي على البلان. So the question is, are we planning to do a playground for the kids? Yes. The short answer. The long answer is
I'm about to open.
كمل. Okay. Go back. Okay. So Matt, you see this? Okay. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, this area, Matt, this is all green area that we'll have for the kids. This will be a slab before we build the building, will be used for basketball courts. This area will be used for volleyball, basketball, racquetball, what is that called? The pickleball, and this is the soccer field. So this is the complex we're doing for the kids. Playground.
Regular old playground of swings and slides.
So this is going to be concrete before they build the building. This is concrete, and this is green area.
So it's going to be the slab of the building.
So the slab of the building is going to be used until the building is built, and then after that, this will be used for the field.
No, this is the gym building. Yeah, this is a sport complex. We're talking about like playgrounds.
So the parking lot will be used for this.
بحكي عن مراجيح وسحاسيل. بحكي
The
عن
slides and the swings will go in this area now.
The green area.
Right here. This area.
Okay, هاي المكتوب.
يعني بصير تجيبوا الاولاد من سن 3 سنين لسن 16 سنه.
Okay, two questions.
Yes. Two questions from Hakim.
Inshallah, the school also needs a playground, so when we buy, let's buy together to have more buying power. And then when you buy two, sometimes you get a better deal. So make sure whoever's making the decision. And then second question is there no, I know you guys are sectioned up on the left side, is there no room
Lights.
for that soccer field to be more like a full size?
we moved
Potential in the
we moved
future.
to a full court now.
So these are the final plans, but for the soccer field, you don't have to get a permit, so we can move it to that. I think there was a discussion when I was out.
It's a
I
full.
don't know what the verdict
It's a
is.
full size now.
Okay, so the soccer field is a full size.
بدنا نسمع ما حدا.
اوكي بدنا مش بس اسئله يا جماعه، بدنا فيدباك، بدنا
شو رايكم في
recommendation.
بهدله.
You need to fix the bathrooms in the Quds Hall. So we talked about this yesterday. We need to fix the bathrooms in the Quds Hall. I told this. So we're going to fix the bathrooms in the Quds Hall.
There's only one stall for each.
Yes.
On the men's side, there's only
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, this was brought to our attention a few days ago.
We're gonna enhance it, inshallah.
And also, maybe you should charge parking.
For,
$5.
oh, charge for parking. Charge for parking. Charge for parking at the Quds Hall. I don't know if that's smart.
That raise the wheel a bit.
I don't know.
Earlier about people who have just the okay, it's gonna be like a sheet that everyone fills out with what their profession is and
Very, very good question. Abu Layth is going to answer that question.
We
This is very important. This is a very good question, and I think we didn't talk enough. Abu Layth was supposed to talk about this initiative.
what's the question?
The question is, will we have a specific sheet for the community members to fill out for what they can help with and what they can be used for in the community? We're gonna put together a full initiative that will cover all of this. We're not gonna stop at this sheet that people can fill out. We're gonna see what the community needs. We're gonna probably meet with people and ask people to have interviews with us to see how can they help. And we're gonna hear from the people that what do we need in our community to make it better, that we can ask people to go and get involved in this. And the point is, as a community, as a board, we are going to be 100% supportive financially and 100% be supportive ma'nawi, which means we're going to help in any mean we can.
Is that the same thing for the other thing? I think it's either the slide before or after about the educational program.
Is that like a scholarship program?
Yeah, that's what.
Yes, so it is the same thing. It is the same thing. I don't think but it is the same thing.
one time we published a document like you're saying so that people can come and tell us what they can do, but it was not so effective. So now we're trying to do something more, which is go after those people and tell them, listen, we have these initiatives. Do you want to be involved? Inshallah, we get more people.
I honestly think that like they should have like say in healthcare, engineering.
Yes,
law,
exactly, yeah.
All of this like section it out by different
Careers and and we were gonna
from there like even for the youth directors in the future.
Yes, the sheikh
speak to the youth.
Exactly.
I mean, we didn't have anyone to talk to us when we were going through all of it.
I see. Inshallah. You're talking about general idea, not just specifically to.
General and
Okay, inshallah. Yeah.